Alright everyone, hello and welcome back. We're playing some Link's Awakening, the 2019 remake on the Nintendo Switch. So thank you all for joining me. It is Tuesday, it is 11:45, and we are right on time today. So if you are new and you are just joining me now, there is a full playlist up to this point. We are up to dungeon number 5, I believe, which is, we ended our last video at the CATFISH'S MAW, the very beginning. I never start at a dungeon and then try to finish it in the next stream if I don't have time, because I know I can get stuck, I can get confused and whatnot, but I do like having you all here, helping me out in case I do get stuck. So, and I like to talk to you guys, of course, about all things Zelda, all things retro. I've got my retro stuff sitting here behind me. Again, if you are new, that is the wrong camera. I was doing all sorts of streams because the Star Fox trailer for the remake came out a few days ago, and there is a live of me playing Star Fox 64, which is what's actually playing here behind me. I've got an entire rig here, my this AV cart that I set up a couple months ago. I got everything out of storage, put it all together, and I'm really liking how the channel is kind of coming together with all this retro stuff. So today we're playing a remake of a retro game, but for the most part I have all these games back here, which I will eventually be doing. We've got an N64, Sega Genesis, Nintendo Wii, there's an old Xbox down here, and of course I'm a big anime fan and I got old VHS tapes and DVDs and stuff, so I've actually got a working VCR and old DVD player running on this. This is a 13-inch Hitachi. I've had this for ages. This is as old as I am, and so are a lot of these games, especially like the Genesis and some of these older ones. But enough of that. We are here to play some Legend of Zelda. By the way, there are playlists of the last streams, which I still keep up on the channel, but it's easier to sort through the playlist rather than the videos. Those are all organized really nice for you guys, and I usually have my most recent ones. I've got numbers attached to everything, so you can see them all in order. Full playthroughs. I've got Link to the Past, Ocarina of Time, and now we're doing this game. Huge Zelda fan, but not exclusive to Zelda. I will be doing Super Metroid next, as I believe is what I'm going to be doing. And there are playthroughs of course, Star Fox behind me. I've got lives, streams that I did recently, as well as older videos. I've done playthroughs of Super Smash Bros., the original one on the Nintendo 64. I may have to go back and do those because those were kind of early days. This is still a small channel, so I would appreciate if you like this sort of content, please subscribe or consider subscribing. I'm bringing you guys, basically my entire childhood is sitting behind me and in front of me. So in terms of video games, so it's really fun to bring you guys those, and I don't want my consoles to die before I get a chance to play some of them, because a lot of these will freeze up. Certainly my Sega Genesis tends to freeze up a bit, so I've had some suggestions as to what to do about repairing. But speaking of which, I added a link to, if you want to support the channel, you don't have to, it's completely up to you, but I do have a link in the it's in the pinned comment here in the chat, and as well as the video description. You can buy me a coffee, or the equivalent of buying me a coffee. When I do maintenance on this stuff, I'm also a videographer, so I've got lights and microphones and cameras and all sorts of equipment, and it needs to be constantly, not constantly, but when work needs to be done on something, or it needs to be fixed or repaired, or even just replaced and upgraded, then this channel is, like I said, this is still a small channel, so every bit of that will help. It will allow me to keep bringing you guys this stuff, and I absolutely love interacting with you guys. I've had a lot of regulars here on this stream lately, have been helping me out. So yeah, my old SNES, thank you Crazy Gamer for joining us. My old SNES would overheat and turn from a color signal to black and white. Ooh. I ended up selling it to a vendor who fixes stuff like that. Yeah, I have tinkered with some stuff. I've done like very mild soldering, and I've fixed up like Game Boys and stuff, and I've fixed up controllers for various different systems myself. But anything more than that is can be difficult. So I'd probably take it to someone. I'm a person who likes to tinker with that stuff anyway. I'm not like super like skilled or technical, but milder stuff I can do. So that's the type of stuff that I've done. Of course, that requires some money to do all of that. So, all right, it is officially past the time where we have started. We are at the CATFISH'S MAW. We are right at the beginning, like I said. So we have 4. What is everything called again? There's the mooncello. There's the conch. There's that bell, which I don't think is just called a bell. And then there's the harp. So all these instruments come together to form the song that is going to wake up the windfish eventually. Now, technically, in this game, in the progress, we don't technically know what's going on. I think after this dungeon, we're going to get an inclination as to what is actually going on. But in the meantime, everything is sort of still wrapped up in mystery. Anyway, these are our items that we have so far. We did pick up the bow. It cost a whopping 980 rupees in the shop. So I believe this is it's an optional item. You don't need this to beat the game, which is, it might be a first. I'm not sure, because you don't need the boomerang and you don't need the bow in this game. But in almost every other Zelda game that I can think of, you need them. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. We are in the CATFISH'S MAW. All right. We've only got one way to go here. Oh, of course that comes right at you, doesn't it? You gotta hit these in the butt. I always, for those of you who are here, you know that I always try to take out everything in a room, because many times something is hidden, a key is hidden, and you don't know until you take out everything. And sometimes it's those freaking green blobs and red blobs, and you just didn't walk to that corner of the room, so you don't know. Okay, so that door's open. I need to turn up my volume here. I had some volume issues when I switched back over to my retro Star Fox 64. Hopefully audio is good for this. It's just a different input. Compass. Seems to be fine so far, no issues. Yeah, my placement of my microphone and all of that stuff is different, and the inputs have different volumes, which is weird. So I don't know if that's a capture card issue or what, but I'm glad to hear that it's doing just fine. Okay. Alright, as you guys know, I am doing... This is level 5, CATFISH'S MAW. Look at all these chests, and this map is going to be big. So here's where it really comes in handy to use these, and still have no answer because I don't remember, and no one's actually answered this question yet, but does the old Link's Awakening, whether it's the 93 Game Boy or the 98 DX on the Game Boy Color, does it have these markers? Because holy crap, like the dungeons are the same, it's the same game, but walking around and not remembering where stuff is like having to treat it as a real freaking dungeon. You don't just put markers down and everything's good. You can come back to it. So I like to do that. Okay, you gotta kind of time these. Yeah, these all fall down. No markers on the old versions. Yeah, that makes it rough, if I'm honest. You gotta, okay. This one's a little tricky. You gotta bring these both down to a decent level. Oh, it's not enough. Let's go back. Make yourself a little stair step. There we go. Okay, there's my my compass making the tone. So usually it's defeat everything in the room. Okay, is there anything else? Now, I'm not going to forget to place my marker. I start fighting everything, and I forget to place my marker. Alright. This is either going to be push these together, or pull the other ones apart. I don't know. we were right. There's a key. Okay, now, do we go back to this one, or do we keep going? I have no memory of this. We're gonna figure it out. Oh, okay. Now I sort of remember. This is this points you in the direction of every. I can't remember. It's some sort of mini boss. So you have to fight this mini. Oh, I think it's a Stalfos, is what it is. You have to go. This whole map is basically what this represents. Is every corner of the map is going to be a mini boss. So you have to get all of them before you. Before you can come back here. So indeed, we're gonna have to go back. We'll use the key that we have. We don't have to worry about this puzzle again. At least not there. Can we jump this? Yeah, we can. I almost didn't even see the door. So there's this one here, and we can't make that jump yet. It looks to me like that's going to be the hook shot, because I can't think of anything else. That would get us across the gap. Also, you can use the hook shot to take the what are these called? Link to the Past had these as well. One of the bosses was that dinosaur in like dungeon, like the 4th dungeon of the game. It was the first Dark World dungeon. Ooh, okay. Almost did that. I like how they can stand in the blades, but I can't. Okay, what is this about? So, I guess it opened the door. I thought these are just in my way. They're not a puzzle for anything. Okay, so there's one to my left, and there's one above. Oh, I totally missed that guy. Okay, the pots are helping me so I don't get hit by the fire. Unless I get trapped. Key? Treasure chest. Alright. We're gonna open these up anyway. Nothing. Okay, that'll be the beak. I haven't even seen the statue yet, but that's all right. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay. That's locked. Where are we going? I guess we could also go around. This is open. Can we make it across these? We can, but that's gonna hit me, isn't it? That is horrible. Oh, it just spawns me right there, too. That's nice. I want to push that block over. That's another locked door. Oh, I guess once I have my hook shot, I can get across, because otherwise it's really annoying to Great. Another hook shot. Okay. So we know that's there. Now I'm going to have to get hit 12 more times. Okay. Totally fine. Okay, we were here earlier, but we didn't go north. Or no, we weren't. We were not here earlier. Ooh, one arrow instead of two hits with the sword. Oh, we're stuck now. Okay, let's see what this says. If you can't destroy a skeleton with your sword, try using a bomb. Didn't we already come across that, or was that in Link to the Past? Yeah, I think it was Link to the Past, and then this is the first time we've learned it in this game. Okay, so here's the first one. So yeah, we're gonna need a bomb. And I like my ability to jump. Oh. This dude. Put a bomb down. That's one. I think you can just spam the sword at him and that'll do it. As long as he's not up. Nope, now he's got his shield out for sure. There we go. Wait for him to wind up and then you can smack him. So was it 3 hits? 3 hits did it. So that's the left. Top left. What's up, Link Slayer? We have just started Catfish Maw. This is the first mini-boss. I've already determined there was a room way in the west that tells you there's 4 spots. So that was the top left. Even though we're not in the top left. Okay. I know it auto-saved, but I'm obsessive, as you all know. So now we have a real save. There's gonna be another one. Nope. Okay. Bombs are nice. Hearts are nice. I've got what was inside this box. Come and get it if you can. Master Skull. Okay. He is teasing us. Alright. The blue tiles signify the order of the rooms you fight him in. Yes. Top left was the first one. So this is going to be a spade. And the 4 tile room is the 4th fight. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. So we'll have to fight him 4 times and then go back to the big room, which was... It actually looked like it had... Yeah, this one. It's got the 4 tiles way up here. I thought it was the order in which... Oh, I understand. So if I were to go back to this tile room, the top left one would be... the light would be taken away. So until I get all 4 of them, then I come back and fight him. But anyway, all right, let's go down these sets of stairs and then we'll come back through. Whoa, that thing jumped across. Okay. Okay, I will forget. So this is a spade. Yeah. Alright, does he say something different, or is it the same bomb thing? Dive under where torchlight beams do cross. Oh. Okay. There's the boss room. I can't get over here, can I? Surely not. It's gaining on me. It's gaining on me. Whoa. Oh, I could do, I haven't done this. I have a bottle. I have not done that before. So far. Now, can I come back and get another one? Nope, it's gone. I'd have to exit the temp of the dungeon and do that. There was another one in a separate thing. So, okay, so the thing said dive where flames cross. Was that over here somewhere in the water? Or we'll figure it out later. There's a set of stairs. Flames cross. There's 2 torches here. Can I dive like down here? I doubt it's here, but we'll find it later, I guess. Okay, so it's not this. But we'll figure it out. Okay, we have not gone that way. Okay, there's always similarities. I remember in the... I don't remember if it was the ice cavern, but there was a thing in the ice cavern in Link to the Past. So it was a room just like this. You push a block, you can go right, then you come out, and you have to change direction. So it's forcing you in a direction every time. That's different. Okay. Ooh, it got stuck in that. That was funny. Whoa, okay. We're gonna get rid of all of these. Just because. Alright. We got that just before it went off. Oh, dive here. Or the torch is gonna cross here. Is this a diving spot? It better be. Alright. Squid. Or Bloopy, or whatever they're called. What are they called in Mario? I forget. Is Bloopy right? Bloopy's not right. Bloopers. That's what it is. Okay, what did we... Oh, this is just diving, so... I'm gonna actually put it in the water here. Not that... I don't think it's gonna matter, but we're gonna call this diamond and this diamond. So it's not really a set of stairs, but it's functionally the same thing. So we're gonna have to come back to that. Alright. Go this way, which we haven't been. And what's going on here? There's no way in here. It's gonna have to come from the other side. Yeah. So that's just a direction to look in, I guess. So we didn't go north. Okay, we can go back to this room, of course. Yeah, the room I was talking about. Oh, that was an accident. Okay, now we're here. Now we can go north. Or what I'm going to call north. Okay, that opened the door on the right, so we'll have to come back here later. Oh, I got it. Again, just before. Okay, everything is a hookshotable thing, isn't it? I have not gotten the item. Can I go that way? I'm sure I can. But then it's going to be the same thing. It's going to be another issue of can't get across. Yep, I can't get across. Can't pull that out of the way. Right? No, I can't. That's a hook shot from the top over to that side. So every direction essentially is teasing me in that direction. Let's go this way. We're in this room now. I'm under every obligation to break every pot. I can't open the door. It won't open. I won't go that way. Okay, what have I done? Is it destroy every... I bet it's destroy this green thing and it opens. Yep. There it was. Okay, what just happened now? Oh, okay. So we defeated the bottom left. That was the bottom left guy. Where was he? When I beat him, it was... Which room was it? It was this one, because it's got the left. Yeah, it was this room because it had the top left. So now we're in... That's room 3. I see. I see. We're gonna have to keep going and find out where the next room is. So it has the number 3 on it. Yeah. Ooh, I got 2 skeletons with 1 ceramic pot. Alright, now we have a map, and hopefully that will show us now. So we have a 1, a 3, a 4. So we're missing, maybe it's one of these rooms right here. I'm sure it's this one is going to be room 2. That should make it easier. Yeah, the map definitely. Yeah, so I'm guessing it's 1. That could be 2, or this could be 2. I'm going to guess it's this one because there's no exit on this side. So that's going to be, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and that's probably going to give us access to the nightmare key or the item, whichever, probably the hook shot, and then we can go that way. Okay, let's make our way to this side because now we have this open, right? This is the room that has the blocks, the cross, the intersection with the block. So it's going to be that room. So we're going to go south, east, back down, and that should do it. All right. Was it south? Yeah, south first, and then east. Okay. There we go. This should be... Yep, this is room 2. Okay, we were right. Okay, do I have my bombs? Oh, he got me. There you go. You just wait till he pulls his sword back, and then you can hit him. So you don't actually have to use your shield. You can just wait for him. So was it 3 hits? That should be 3. Yeah. Then we'll go back to the room we were just in. Room 3. Nice. Okay. So north, west, north. Oh, I got a heart. And now I'm gonna get hit. Hall of ZELDA. This has to be the strongest Stalfos in the game. I mean, 3 bombs. Yeah. I think you're right. The other Stalfos just take 1 bomb, I think. This is 3. And then the ones in Ocarina of Time, you just have to fight them with technique. I don't think you can put a... I think a bomb will hurt them, but it doesn't, like, technically take them out. Because they won't lay down until you put a bomb down on these. Okay. So that's 3. We have no reason to go here. So now we've got to go all the way to that room. And this is exactly... You think you'll ever play Conker's Bad Fur Day on stream? I don't own Conker's Bad Fur Day. I'm gonna have to get that one. I saw it at one of the stores I usually go to. That's got lots of retro games. It's on my list of things to try. That's gonna be... That's an abrasive one if I remember correctly. Okay. Technically, this one takes 12, since they're... Yeah, technically, you gotta fight them 4 times, so yeah. What's up, Dunk Nasty? It's been a minute. Thanks for joining us, Dunk Nasty. You have the best name on the internet. It's abrasive but fun. Yeah, Conker's, and Dunk Nasty. For sure. I started playing this too. Oh, nice. You're playing this remake version, or are you playing the original on the crazy language in? Hey, Ninja Styles, you are here as well, my friend. Thank you all for joining us. The remake, yeah. It's fun, man. I love it. Okay, we are... So, the heart stairs, which are all the way down here. So, we're going to have to go south, 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 all the way over. And we do have to go south, because if we go this way, then it pushes that into our direction, which is not right. So, we're going south, south, south through the water room. Oh, actually, we can't get past the... Oh, we can push the blocks. Yes, we can. We can do that. Let's go that way. Alright. I don't need the heart. Unless I get hit. Okay. Woo! Oh, I always get hit there. I should just wait the extra, like, 2 seconds. Well, I got some hearts anyway, didn't I? Okay, we're making our way to the... We need the heart to get to here to go to 4. So, west, south, south, west. West, south. Alright. I did not need to do that. Was it west this time? No, it's south first. What instrument is this? I have no idea. We are going to find out together. I don't remember. Hopefully it's percussive. I think we're missing some percussion. Are we in the heart room? How many do you have? I have currently 4 instruments. The cello, the conch horn, sea lily's bell, surf harp. You have 3, so you're only one other dungeon behind me. Alright, we're going to the heart room. Okay. Let's go. These can be tricky if you don't line them up like just right. I'm not that far behind. Yeah. I like how you're playing this concurrently with me. That's cool. Alright, was it this way? Yes, this will be number 4. So you have to do these in order. Oh man, okay. He starts jumping at you in this one. So that's a little different. Is that 3? Or 12? Oh, he just gives you the item. Oh, because it was in that treasure chest. So we've got it. We've got the hookshot. Now we have all sorts of different spots that we can hookshot to, because we skipped over like essentially every single place in this dungeon that would use it. So let's save. And then we'll go to the map. Alright, we've got... Basically, anywhere that you see a treasure chest is a spot that I couldn't get to. Bought it at a mall GameStop 2 days ago. Yeah, I hope you got a good deal on it, man, because it's, you know, it's 7 years old now. And, well, 30-something if you... 33 years old if you include the original. That's the only game that Nintendo wouldn't put their seal on because of the language... Oh, you mean, Conker's Bad Fur Day. Yeah. Yeah. There's a few different copies, and apparently, you're talking about 40 for the Dunk Nasty who's playing Link's Awakening. And the other one's talking about Conker's Bad Fur Day. So apparently, because of what you were talking about and the fact that Rare or whatever didn't want to publish, or Rare published, Nintendo didn't want to oblige, so they came out with that, and then Conker like has barely been used since. And there have been other issues with like I talked about this in my Diddy Kong racing playthrough, of which I did everything. But Conker debuts in Diddy Kong Racing as like the sweet little character, and then we find out who Conker really is, the British badmouth dude. So anyway, that's funny. But I've seen prices be really high for Conker's Bad Fur Day because of that reason, because people want to go back and play it. So all right. We're going to head back, and we've got to hit essentially every spot that requires a hookshot. Needs the hookshot treatment. Okay, this is one of them. This spot right here. I never played it, but now I kind of want to. Yeah, it's it's one of those. Like I said, I don't have it. I'm gonna have to get it eventually. Cheapest way to play Conquer is on Xbox with rare replay. Oh, I guess I could do that. I didn't know. I kind of wanted to get the game eventually anyway, but as you all know, I have a million games in backlog. I will probably end up buying it for my original console since it's sitting right behind me. Okay, so what did we just get? We just got some rupees just for no reason. Now we're gonna go, let's go back and through this water and head over to that chest. So I'm kind of planning my route here. Oh, let's reset dungeon items since we're already here. This is a smart move. There's a remake? I did not know there was a remake. I mean, I never really played the original, so I wouldn't... Why would I know? But if it's on the Xbox, that would be cool. Just to check it out, I guess. I just bought a 64 game with 200 games on it. Oh, did you buy the summer cart, or whatever it's called? It's got all the games on it. Okay, where are we going? North, west, north, west. North. West. North. Oh, I wouldn't hit that. Okay. Oh, we could do this too. I forgot about that one. Oh, I should have grabbed the other bottle. It came out like way too quickly. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, we haven't gone north at all, so we might as well go there, and then we'll come back to the remake isn't as good though. All right. I need no more convincing. I will absolutely get the eventually what I'll do is I'll get the original. Even though it's a lot of money, I will probably end up doing it anyway. There's a few other games that I need to thoroughly complete my N64 playthrough. I need a copy of Turok because what a game that is. And also not one that I don't have a key for this. Not one that I played enough of. A friend had it, but I never went through and beat that game, so scary game. There's also a couple of Resident Evils. Most people probably associate it with the PlayStation more than the N64, but it did indeed come out on the Nintendo 64. I think more than one, actually. More than one Resident Evil. Okay, I need a minute because I think my kid is flipping out about something. Let me go check. I will be right back. In the meantime, you can enjoy my BRB sign. There you go. Alrighty. There we go. What'd you think of that sign? My kid was flipping out because reaching the animal crackers, they were up high. I got a few of those games for games too for the SNES. They all save and act correctly. That's good. I didn't know for the longest time that a lot of the SNES, I think the SNES as well as the N64, they actually have save batteries inside. So like if your copies of there's a list of games you can look up online that have the coin cell batteries that save similarly to like Game Boy. Like Pokemon batteries are like infamous for giving out because you need that time, like the day to night thing to do certain saves. But my copies of like Ocarina of Time, the battery has literally worked for 30 years or 28 years or whatever it's been. But if you ever have an issue with saving, that is almost always the issue. So it's good to open those up, and if you know how to do like the simplest solder, you can put that battery back in, a new battery, and then it'll work for another 30 years apparently. So Resident Evil 2 came out on the 64. That was the only one to come out on the 64. Yeah. It was a good one, if I remember correctly. I didn't I played so many games that would just be another one to add to the list that I didn't finish. Where are we going? Okay, we're going across, and I'm sure that will be the key that will get us across. So now we can use this. There we go. Brought all the Resident Evil games to GameCube, along with the first remake. The remake was relatively recent, wasn't it? When I say recent, I mean it was like 7 years ago. But it was a good one. I will have to do that. I saw the newest one, which came out like a month ago, was the one in like Tokyo. That looked really good. Man, there's just so many games. There are so many games on my list of things to play. But since I'm relatively new to adding stuff to this gaming channel, so I don't have oh, I already filled that bottle. Okay. I don't have a lot of games on my playlist. What is this? I don't remember these. I don't know what to do with these. Okay, eyeball. I expected as much. Giant eyeball in the middle. Can I use the hook shot? Or should I go arrows? The game just gave me this item. It's going to be annoying to use, isn't it? I think arrows might be better. Gomo wannabes, yeah. Luckily the shield is good. I'm gonna deal with this one first. Oh. Yeah, he's further away, it just makes it a little harder. Can't quite get that one yet. He's just in my way. Come on, how many is it going to take? Arrows apparently are stronger than the sword, so... Or maybe that was just a coincidence with the little dinosaur-looking things with the masks on. You can just chill here with your shield and that'll do it. There we go. He's got like full health still. And I can't hit him twice in one go. The game won't let you. Come on, one or two more. There you go. I've got full health. Alrighty. Okay, we'll go through here, but we do have this blue spot now, so that's good. Where else? So we haven't been to these, but we have a key now, right? I'm sure this will connect there, because there aren't any other spots on this map right now. But then everything over here. Alright. We're gonna... Is that a... Okay, good. Good to have arrows. So we've already used diamond. We are all the way to club right now. Oh, there's a hookshot spot. This is cool. If you... I can't remember who told me this because I didn't know, but if you kill him the way Mario would, you get a heart. So instead of swinging your sword at a Goomba... Now, I don't need any hearts, but if you jump on him, you get a heart. Whereas if you use your sword, you don't. So that's a good little tidbit there to know. Oh, I don't have a key. I thought I had one. What did I do with it? Okay. Well, it must be one of these 17 million treasure chests, so we'll go back there. Okay. Where does this get me? Is it anywhere closer to... It's not going to be closer. Let's go back here so we go to blue. Because it won't be anywhere closer. No, it looks like it's about the same. I'm just going to go south, south, east. And almost 90%. Let's see. East, north, east. In almost 90% of the time, the creature's weak spots are the eyeball. Does that mean in this world, most creatures' hearts are located there? At the very least, the eyeball is considered a major organ. I think it's all Zelda games, not just this particular one. Nintendo has an obsession with eyes being the target. It's not a bad way to do that, because otherwise, some of these games would be very... It's hard. It's hard to figure out what the weak point is. Yeah, Goma in the first one was an eye. Practically everything in Link to the Past is a freaking eyeball of some sort. So yeah, it's kind of everywhere. Just the way it is. Okay. It's gonna take some moving around, but it's gonna work. So we're gonna go through this door so we can come back out. Every time. I always forget to wait 2 seconds to do that. Okay, so there's a treasure chest. We can jump up to that one. And that dude almost threw me off. I don't know what I'm doing all the way over here. Hey, I never realized that if you hit shield to shield, then it doesn't do anything. You gotta be on his side. I guess I never realized it was a side. Okay, can I jump diagonally here? Yes, of course I can. You know what? I just had that question. In the old game, it's 4 directions of movement. You can't really move in 8 directions. So how do you get back to... How do you jump that diagonal? Or do you have to just go around this way? Huh. Well, here's another one. Okay, that's a rupee. Rupees are fantastic. And to the right. So we can come back this way to make our way back. All three of these chests. There was the thing. Okay. So what was our thing here? The lock was this one. To get there is through here. So we need to just go to the start of the dungeon. Remind me if I can get Mambo. Is it called Mambo, the ocarina? To learn the song, because that will warp you to the beginning of dungeons, which may or may not be useful. It would be useful right now, but I don't know how far in the game you have to progress to be able to get that. So let's head back around, all the way back, essentially. My kid called them Roop Roops for the longest time, which is a great name for rupees. Roop Roops. I want to just go south, so if I can push this, and I'll wait the 2 seconds this time, because there we go. Left, down, right. So we'll go south. We shall keep going south. Oh, I got hit for that. South. Last night, got to dinner and somebody stole my tabs off of my license plate. What? Who would do that? Like, okay. Those things are stickered on. Are you talking about like the sticker that goes on your license plate? Those things are like notoriously, I don't even take them off. I just put the sticker on top because it's like impossible to get that damn thing off. I think it was to the right. Yeah, that's crazy. I can reset everything. Yeah, but I don't know how they did it. That would take some work. Not just taking it off, but taking it off intact and then being able to use it. That's awful. All right. Okay, I don't need hearts, so... Oh, now I need a heart. I took a hit just when I said that. Now I took 2 hits. And we have the key. And now we can get across. And we don't have the nightmare key, do we? Oh, great. Where is it? It's the diamond? It's the diamond. So it's going to be this room. Diamond gets me there. And the closest way is like all the way back. That's awful. Awful. Okay. We're taking the long way around this whole thing. What's up, Zidkins? Thanks for joining us. Yeah, well, I've replayed this game like 5 times, including the original version. This is... every time I play a new Zelda game, I was like, no, this is my favorite. This is my favorite one. This one's a lot of fun. This one is like much lower stress than everything else. So it just feels nice. Zidkins, I think you were here for the Star Fox run through, right? Yeah, I've been playing this, so you want to check out the play. Well, you've played this game a million times, but still, thank you for joining because it's all fun here. I was gonna say you could check out the playlist. I've been playing this in order. My live streams are up. So you're joining us on number 5 of this one. But there's Link to the Past. There's Ocarina of Time. They're all in there. So, okay, where are we going? We are going back to the blue spot because that will be the fastest way, warping back to the beginning. Gotta go to the courthouse today and fix it somehow. Yeah. Oh yeah, I missed the last part on hard mode. Did you complete it? I did. It was expert mode on Star Fox 64 was actually rough. Especially, I went the route through Titania and Venom, like the fake Venom, and holy crap, it was hard. It was, but I did finish it. Okay, we've got to make it to the diamond, so left and then up. That was close. We're trying to make it to the to where you dive in. I guess I don't need all this stuff. So diving in the pool is going to be to my left. All right. Oh, I wasn't paying attention. Okay. Let's see if these give me a heart piece. Oh yeah. Okay. So, diving here. So I knew I've set that diamond. I set that pin, and I knew it was a good idea, because that's what it's going to be. For once, I actually needed it. Alright. Bam, there's the nightmare key. Alright, let's go fight this boss. Okay, back this way. Every time. Whew. Was it this way? Left, down. Okay, so the nightmare is the club. So down, left, or we could go back to the warp point. It's fewer rooms, I guess. Down, down, all the way. Was it this way? Yeah. Make it out to the warp point. And then I am well on my way to the boss. Now I don't remember. We'll find out here in a second, so. Hope I don't need arrows. Because how many do I have? I mean, it's going to be the hook shot, I'm assuming, because that's the tempo. I've got almost full arrows, so we'll see. Okay. Well, let's do it. We're gonna save here. Let's go. So, you are the outs... 3 S's, cider. Come to wake me up. I shall eat you. Okay. Now this thing. What do you call this thing? Slime eel. Okay, there was a slime eye. Now there's a slime eel. So he comes out of there. And you've got to hook shot him, if I remember. Yeah, okay. I hit him quite a bit. Okay. Gotta be the same side. No. Same side? Oh! Oh! You're down here too! Okay. Alright, in the middle it is. I'm gonna stay kind of central, because it could be one of 4 spots. Wow, you can stand there and hit him quite a few times. Okay. That was pretty good. You don't even know what kind of island this is. Hee, what a fool. It's just like a giant chain thing with a tail. I don't know. I mean, slime eel, but... Here we go. It's like a xylophone. Glockenspiel. Wind marimba. Thank you, Ninja Styles. It's like a chain chomp. Yo, that was tight. Marimba sounds. Shrine. The island's secret in the shrine. Alrighty. Hey, we now have the hook shot. We can do the scale thing with the mermaid that was out here. Because that was a thing. So it was out here somewhere. Okay, not that way. But on the other side, we can now use the hook shot to get across. Oh, that goes down a little bit. Okay. Which way was it? All the way down? Oh, crap. Oh, I hit the tree. Okay, it's on this side. So now we have the, Great, I gotta wait for that now. Here we go. You give the scale to this thing now. You put the missing scale in the mermaid statue. What? Alright. What is going on? Oh, there's a magnifying glass. I need some hearts because I broke all of mine. Are these just hearts or rupees? More hearts. Okay. You got the magnifying glass. This will reveal many things you couldn't see before. So, if I remember correctly, the magnifying glass, those were not there before. I guess that's the point of the magnifying glass. So there was a house. It was either in Animal Village or all the way down here. Was it this one? It lets you see the hidden shop in the cave on the beach. That's what I thought it was. It's either here. There's like a hole in the wall here that I remember, or it's this house. It lets you see the hidden shop. Yeah. Sorry, I'm back. Just made my dad some breakfast. Ooh. I keep forgetting. You're in Alaska, right? So it is early for you. It is 1 p.m. for me here. So let's head back to this spot. And on the way, I don't remember where. I think it's... Is it this spot right here? That's Mambo's. It's that frog or fish or whatever it is. They play music, and it allows you to use the ocarina to warp everywhere. Because moving around is... Like, unless I have these spots here, it's kind of hard to move around. My closest one is here in Animal Village. So I can use that. Let's do that. How many seashells did you find so far? So, I only have 11. You're lucky. My dad was my life. My world passed away in January. Oh, man, I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah. I don't even need to mess with those. Let's see what Ulrira says. Yeah, that's rough, Ninja Styles, man. I'm really sorry to hear. There's nothing anyone can say to make that feel any better, obviously. Have you been to the Face Shrine? It is north of Animal Village. My dad taught me everything I know, man. It's rough. Speaking of the... That was never around for me. Yeah. Yeah, man. They get older. My dad is... He doesn't feel old. But, you know, it makes you think about all that stuff. And it is not a place I want to go. Where is... There it is. I don't know what the next thing is here. If the seashells give you a I think the first thing is just like the tuning fork or whatever. Gives you the ability to know where more seashells are. So there's more seashells in this game than there are in the original. They, I think, double, in fact. Oh, heart piece. Eventually you get the seashell tuning fork thing. Oh, I got a new heart. Okay. So I want to go to Mambo's pond and then eventually come down here to do the magnifying glass thing. So kind of doing a couple things at once, and then we'll check on the face shrine. Yeah, my dad was 67. He was, yeah, that's about my dad's age right now. Just gave out, yeah. Man. Yeah, sorry, I don't have much to say because that's just rough. I'm kind of speechless, you know. Are you playing with a Switch 2 patch? No, I'm actually just playing on my regular Nintendo Switch. This channel started for fun just not that long ago, but if I can eventually monetize, you know, I didn't start out with that idea, but it would be nice to use this as a way to further my hobby, I guess, or try to fix old stuff that I have behind me. Really. Then eventually maybe a Switch 2. In the meantime, it just doesn't feel like something I want to get. But we talked more about that in, especially in the Star Fox live stream I did the other day. I believe this is Mambo's pond, or whatever. Mambo's pond. So what do I do here? Do I play the ocarina? Your aunt passed away this January. She was 97. That is a good long life, my friend. She was an awesome lady. Her 95th. Like 50 family members I never met. Wow. Have any of you checked out the Twilight Princess PC port Dusk? No, I only heard about it. I have my original Twilight Princess behind me on my Nintendo Wii. So, I'm sure it is amazing. I'm not quite sure where to go for Mambo's pond or whatever it is. And they already did an update. What type of thing? I don't even know what the difference was. Like, what is special about it? What do I do in here? Slayer, I have it installed, version 1.01. Mambo's Pond it's somewhere else completely, I guess. This is Crazy Tracy. Okay, if not that, then... But I've been playing Ocarina of Time random again. I haven't tried it again. Yeah, Ocarina of Time is like where I just vibe and feel. It's the most comfortable Zelda game for me. Yeah, I'm not passed away around that age. Great very much. She wanted to make it to 100 so bad. I say both. All of my grandparents passed away, a few of them, or one of them before I was born, the other one when I was really young, and then my latest grandma was in 2018, I believe, when she passed away. They fixed a lot, faster climb, bigger money bags, and so much more. The Sun Song from Ocarina of Time, so you don't have to wait for day cycles. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah. Twilight Princess, again, you know my, the way I feel about Zelda games is don't play them for a while so that I can sort of forget. So, Twilight Princess has been a long time. Okay, we're gonna go to the beach this time because I don't remember where Mambo's is. They add the Sun Song to everything now, yeah. Majora's Mask PC port has it. The Sun Song. I caught up to the thing that he threw at me. Majora's Mask, I never beat, even though that was like the direct sequel to Ocarina of Time. I think the time thing just got me, and I just like, I started it several times, so I will have to play that on a live stream as well, because I know that one is, a lot of people were frustrated with it, but then everyone who I know beat it is like, man, this is like my favorite game. Some people like it more than Ocarina of Time. So it just feels very different to everything else. Every other Zelda game is either like classic dungeon or the new Breath of the Wild, but Majora's Mask is completely different to anything. And 4K graphics. Yeah, I tend to prefer Ocarina of Time, but I also remember them coming out basically back to back, like only a couple years, so it's, to me, they're almost one game. They just go together so well, even though they are vastly different, because they were built on the same engine. You definitely need to play it and get all the masks. The mask side quests are the best part. I will have to. Yeah. Maybe after Metroid. Maybe after Super Metroid I'll have to do that. I've beaten it though, but I can beat Ocarina and then start a new save file. Okay, it was either this beach right here, this place, this cave, or it was the house above me. I found a good item washed up on the beach. So this guy wasn't visible until the magnifying glass, right? Press X or Y. If you don't, press B. Don't give me that item. How about something else? I need that. Do you get to, you can trade it for any item, I guess? I don't remember. Okay, let's do it. If you want the item you traded me again, come back. Okay, so you basically get to choose whether you want the boomerang or the arrows. So, if I remember in this game, the boomerang essentially is the same as the arrows. Like it does all the same stuff, but of course you don't have to replenish the boomerang. So we're gonna need it. I can't remember if it's in the face shrine has the where you're gonna need arrows. So maybe this is a bad choice, I don't know. Majora's Mask was made on a very quick timeline. Yeah, I mean they had the engine for it, but yes. Felt like an actual world and less game-like. Ocarina still feels really game-like compared to Majora's Mask. Maybe the rumored remake will change that. You say you were looking for Mambo's pond. Yes, I was. No, I know where the pond is, but you can walk there and nothing happens. So I think he's gonna be somewhere else. I'm not sure. I now have a boomerang though. I think I remember seeing Mambo somewhere else, and then once you've talked to him, then you can go to his pond, because he's currently not at his pond. I don't think it's going to be the remake. What, Ocarina of Time? I thought it was. Remaster is what I've heard. No, it's not a remaster. It's going to be a remake. Just like Star Fox is now a remake. It's like the 4th time they've done a remake, but Ocarina of Time has only been remastered. Like, the 3DS was a remaster. The GameCube was basically a port plus the Master Quest. So... okay, we're going to talk to Ulrira, who tells you face shrine somewhere. But then also the Mambo's Pond thing. So let's talk to the phone guy, because why not? He's right here. We'll see. I'm hoping it's an actual remake. Yeah. I'm hoping so as well. Like I said, I don't see myself getting a Switch 2 because these games are only coming out on the Switch 2. And I really don't like the whole key card or game card thing. I know some of the games are full games, and I don't see myself getting anything that isn't the real game for not being able to actually have games. But we've had this whole discussion. It's kind of an endless thing now. You know, all my old cartridges back here work, but there are games, even like on the Xbox, which is relatively new by comparison, there are games that are already like discontinued. And it's like, I've got the physical copy right here and it doesn't work anymore. That's horrifying to me. Have you been to the Face Shrine? It is north of Animal Village. I got the Legend of Zelda promotional disc for the GameCube. That has everything. Yeah, the Master Quest and all that stuff. And I don't know if it was if it came out with Wind Waker and it had Ocarina and the Master Quest. It was all together as one bundle. If you got it like at the right time, it gave you everything. That is a very interesting ruin. So north of Animal Village is where we're going. Alright, we are close enough, I suppose. I can't go this way, can I? So we're gonna go north. Have you tried taking it to a game or a computer repair store and getting the disc resurfaced? I had to do that for a couple games and they worked afterwards. The whole resurfacing thing is essentially polishing it. There are like home kits that you can do that will do that. Well, some places will do it for free if they're nice. If you go to a video game store that doesn't have a bunch of assholes in it. Because it's essentially just polishing it, and depending on how bad the layer of the scratch is, it may not actually work. I tried it on a few games and they didn't work. And copies of Wind Waker on the original GameCube are super expensive because people are holding on to that stuff. Metroid Primes and Luigi's Mansion, all of those games. Which is funny because you can find a GameCube, like just a console, for like a decent price still, but not the games. Home kits aren't quite as good, like GameCube that's required. Oh yeah, GameCube but I have the smaller discs, so yeah, they probably do. Okay, where are we going? Animal Village was this set of stairs here, or I can just go across now, can't I? Without having to worry about that. I got Wind Waker on GameCube, yeah. I do not have a GameCube, and Wind Waker I really want to play. It's on Nintendo Switch 2 online. Otherwise you'd have to get, you know, Dolphin and all that, but not a rabbit hole I want to go down. GameCube discs have thicker plastic. Yeah. Okay, what was I here for? Because we're going north of here, right? So this entire region, I don't have anything to show for. So how do I get over here? Or is it going to be all the way up north? And now that I have the hook shot, I can make my way there. People didn't like it when it came out. No, they did not. Because everyone thought it's funny because after Ocarina of Time, they made, I still distinctly remember this in like 2002, they made a trailer video that was like a more mature version of what Ocarina of Time was, which essentially kind of looked like Twilight Princess. Not quite. And so people thought they were going like the more mature, darker animation style, and then they made the cel-shaded thing. And the funny thing is, I think Wind Waker is one of the only games that still holds up graphically, because we've talked about this as well in my other live streams, but the stylistic stuff in Nintendo games, I think, is what stands the test of time. The Nintendo 64, as much as I absolutely love it, has aged the worst. And every single year that I go back and try to play the N64, it ages. Like, nostalgia is holding it intact, because nothing on the N64 looks good. If I were very objective about it, there are very few games that look good. So Wind Waker looks excellent because they made it in that toon style. And I think Skyward Sword looks amazing because it was a mixture of Twilight Princess maturity, but then also that cell shading was kind of all in one. And then you could maybe say something similar about Breath of the Wild. It's got sort of that anime style, cell shaded style, but not really cell shaded. But yes. Okay, and we gotta find a way to get up where I don't think... It looks like that entire section over there is part of the place we're supposed to be in. But I don't know how to get in there. And maybe we have access to it now. Oh, we got the owl. There are 2 shrines. One to the north, the other to the south. The DS Zelda games kept that same style and looked great. Yeah, Phantom Hourglass and Spirit Tracks from way north. Okay. Yeah, I do think it's interesting. Technically, if you look at all the Zelda games, the Wind Waker Toon Link, like that version, is in the most games. Like, if I guess you have to count like Minish Cap and Phantom Hourglass, Spirit Tracks, the Four Swords Adventure, and the Four Swords. There's a difference. The GameCube version versus like the Game Boy Advance version, you can't play with... one of those you have to play with friends. You can't... There's no other way to play it. And then I think on the GameCube it's the Four Swords Adventure. But those are all like the Toon Link, Wind Waker Link. And then you would have to count like Link to the Past, this game, Oracle of Seasons, Oracle of Ages. Those are kind of the same style of Link. So what I'm saying is the Wind Waker Link, despite everyone seemingly hating the graphics when it came out, now people really love it, and it happens to be the Link that is most represented technically. So I mean, there's even copies of him in like Smash Bros. If you pick a different skin of Link or whatever, or I guess it's a whole different Toon Link. Okay, I actually missed out on what this guy was saying. Go north, first head south where ancient ruins speak of the windfish. So he wants me to go south first. You will learn much there. Alright. So from way up north you can get it down here. But then we also have access, hopefully from here. Okay, so we're just going to go south here, but let's see what else is up here. Yeah, they replaced Kid Link with Toon Link in later Smash Bros. Game. I don't think they replaced them. I think... well, I guess it depends on which Smash Bros. Games you're talking about. In the latest one, Smash Ultimate, you have 3. So you've got regular Adult Link, which I think was the Breath of the Wild one at the time, and then you can change the skins to make them look like Twilight Princess or make them look like Ocarina of Time. And then there's a Child Link, or Young Link, which is just like the Ocarina of Time version, Majora's Mask version, and then Toon Link was completely separate. So there's 3 separate Links in Smash Ultimate. Okay, so this is what I was talking about, where I think I may need the arrows, and I maybe made a bad decision with this. I haven't played Ultimate much. It's not as fun as for Wii U and 3DS. Yeah, I never played much of them. We played the hell out of the original, and then I kind of missed out on GameCube in general, but people to this day are like, oh, Melee and Brawl or whatever were like the absolute best. And people still love their GameCube controller and all that. And then I never touched it until I got back around to Smash Ultimate, mostly because my son wanted it. So we got it and we played, and I liked the whole campaign sort of deal. I don't think technically I finished it, but you could sit for hours and play that game. And there's a lot of characters, so... What other 64 games did you play growing up? Because we're the same age. GoldenEye, Diddy Kong Racing, Perfect Dark. Literally everything. I don't know how many streams you've watched, but I always try to put something different on my screen back here. I have... Let me just do that. Let me just do this since you guys are asking. Because I keep talking about making a video and then never actually doing it. So I've got Star Fox 64 back here. But I have a literal tote of games for my 64, and I've got controllers and different packs. But this is literally my game list right here. And I always I plan on adding to this list. Conker's Bad Fur Days 1, Banjo-Tooie and Kazooie, Turok, maybe Resident Evil. I have Wave Race. I've got, of course, GoldenEye 007. I've got the first Mario Party. A lot of people say Mario Party 2 was better. Diddy Kong Racing. By the way, I've done a whole playlist of Diddy Kong Racing. For those of you who have not played Diddy Kong Racing and have only played Mario Kart, holy fuck, you've got to play this game because the adventure mode is amazing and frustrating at the same time. I've got Pokemon Stadium, Majora's Mask, which I have my sort of this holographic sort of thing. I just use a Super 64 cartridge now. Yeah, I mean, I would be into that, except I've literally had these for decades now. So, Perfect Dark. Everyone has their thoughts on whether Perfect Dark or 007. 007 is the classic game. Perfect Dark came out in 2000, and you needed the expansion pack, which was kind of late in the run. But this is objectively a better game, and I know many of you will probably be angry at that statement. Objectively better. It just was, and they even threw in some of the levels, so you can't even say, oh, the GoldenEye version, because like they had the facility, and they had the temple, and a few other levels were in there. Donkey Kong 64, the yellow cartridge. Of course, gotta have Super Mario 64. NBA Hang Time. This is a fun game, because I remember playing this on the arcade, the earlier version, and I have a Sega Genesis version of... I can't remember if it was also called It wasn't called Hang Time. It was called like All Stars or Superstars or something. But this, you know, the big heads and the funny feet, and it was 2v2. That's what this game is. And of course, this was around the time when the Bulls were absolutely killing it. So Jordan is absent in this, but Pippen and Rodman and Tony Kukoc and Langley, they were all in that. Star Wars Squad. I'm a huge Star Wars fan. This is Squadron. I have played so many Star Wars games on this channel, so there's playlists below. World Cup 90. Hey, we're up on a World Cup soon. This is World Cup 98. I'm a big fan of football, soccer, what have you. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2. This was fun. I played this more on the PlayStation than I did here. I think they left out, these cartridges couldn't handle all the music, so all of like the classic music was on the PlayStation version. Of course, my Zelda. This is a version 1.2, but I have a friend who has all of the versions, so we have sat around in rooms just like comparing these. Mortal Kombat 4. This was kind of a throwaway. I've got the Genesis versions of 1 and 2. And there's like an Ultimate 3 and Trilogy. Star Wars Racer, I've done a playthrough of this game as well. Super Smash Bros, of course. And WrestleMania 2000. I don't have No Mercy, which was a good game, but I like this one. I like this one a lot. It was the Attitude Era, and nothing beat it. So those are my games and my controllers. I have several. These are all original controllers, and I have another one that's connected out underneath. But I may have to do the same thing with showing you guys my collection of like Sega Genesis and stuff, because technically I grew up on the Genesis before my older brother and I got a Nintendo 64, like in the late 90s. But there's more crap down here. But yeah, let's get back to the game. And I did not read your comments while that all was happening. Diddy Kong Racing is way better than Mario Kart 64. I agree, Ninja Styles. Perfect Dark got a remaster on the 362. Yeah, Perfect Dark Zero. Was it a remaster or a new game? Perfect Dark Zero was a new game. It was not a remaster, as far as I know. Star Wars games on N64 are all really good. Yeah, there's Squadron, there's Shadows of Empire. Jordan wouldn't allow himself in games like NBA Jam. Yeah, yeah. It was still a good team, though. It was a great team, actually. If you ever got a Summer Kart 64, you'd probably really enjoy some of the ROM hacks, where you could just emulate them. There's so many Zelda ROM hacks, it's nuts. Not Zero. Perfect Dark. Oh, they did a Perfect Dark 64 remaster. Cool. Yeah. So I mean, at the time, not talking about Perfect Dark, I'm talking about early days for video gaming for us in my household. We also had like PC games. When stuff came out on just the PC, I remember playing Doom 2 and being absolutely scared of that game. Still love it to this day. I have I have a remaster on the Xbox. I think everyone has access to it if you've got the Xbox, but phenomenal games. And what else? There was some of these come alive. These Armos. Yeah, I think. You don't have the bow. I may need the bow, actually. Even before all that stuff, there were games just on PC that we used to play. There was a game called Fury, which was like it was like a stealth fighter type of game on the PC. I had so much fun playing that game. These are more obscure. Most people may not remember. Did you trade your bow for the boomerang? You're supposed to trade the shovel. No, so the shovel, there's so many seashells that you can get with the shovel, so I didn't want to not have it. I could go back and trade it. Should I do that? Because I'm going to need it in this dungeon, aren't I? That's what I was talking about when I traded it, is that you can, the shovel, or not the shovel, the bow and arrow does effectively what the boomerang does. Or they do the same thing, but you don't have to replenish your boomerang, obviously. So yeah, in NBA Jam, I think it was Scottie Pippen, Horace Grant. There's enough seashells you don't need to dig up to get the sword upgrade. No, the full sword upgrade is every stinking seashell, which is funny to me because it's almost the end of the game by that time, so it doesn't make much sense to do so. Which way am I going? Eventually it's all the way to the left. Don't want these green blobs to hit me. There's enough seashells you don't need to dig. Yeah. Yeah, you can just hit them twice, so I don't see myself really needing the bow. Not right now. Yeah, you just do that. But I think I have to fight like an official Armos up here. And that's going to be good. They changed it in the remake, I thought, so you only need 20 or 30 for the sword, but 40 is, I forget. Yeah, so in the remake it's like 50, I believe. In the old one it's 25. My team is the Seattle Supersonics. Team was stolen. Yeah, I remember that. You're the Seahawks fan, right? And the Supersonics, yeah, they don't exist anymore. I remember, was it Sean Kemp? What a player that guy was. Also, are you going to do the color dungeon in this playthrough? Are you a sports fan? I'm big on soccer, on football. In the 90s, everyone followed like football and NBA basketball, so I know that era. I couldn't tell you a damn thing about the modern era in terms of like NBA. Gary Payton, yeah. We still have Supersonics gear. I like this. I like the Sonics, the green. Okay, here's where I may need the bow, and this guy's gonna be hard. Oh, I forget to jump. You gotta jump. I think I'm gonna struggle doing this here. I think you need... The spin attack might work. Also bombs might work. I know you have to get airborne, otherwise he does that to you. No, that's just breaking his shield. He's jumping at the same time. Can I just hit him now? Nope. The spin attack works, you have to time it though. I want to try this just because. No, that did nothing. I wonder if now I can use the boomerang on the way down. Rough timing. Or I'm doing something wrong. Cool. I can't seem to time this. Whoops. I think it may be that you have to hit him right in the back. Nope. Nothing. I think I'm gonna need the arrow. I think it's not gonna let me do this. Yep. And I can't leave. Yeah, spin attack doesn't work. Bombs don't work. Can I try this? I have no idea. That hits you. Oh, you just poke him. You didn't have to. You didn't have to spin attack. You could just get away with poking him. The face key. Wow. Okay, if I remember correctly, this is where things get real in this game. To the finder, the Isle of Koholint is but an illusion. Human, monster, sea, sky, a scene on the lid of a sleeper's eye. Awake the dreamer, and Koholint will vanish, much like a bubble on a needle. Cast away. You should know the truth. So this is a sign, and the owl, I never noticed that. The owl is in the top left corner. I don't know if someone could find a picture of the old one. Is it like the same? Is that owl there? But they're both kind of warning you. The owl is telling you basically to do everything, and then the windfish is like, don't do it. You will learn the truth. What illusion? Yeah. And the music has changed as well. The face shrine has maybe my favorite music in any Zelda game, and this is one of those things that I tend to like more in this remake than in the original, but only because when we get there, you will know. But holy crap, the music is phenomenal in this remake for the face shrine. I see you have read the relief. While it does say the island is but a dream of the windfish, no one is really sure. Just as you cannot know if a chest holds treasure until you open it, so you cannot tell if this is a dream until you awaken. The only one who knows for sure is the windfish. Trust your feelings. Someday you will discover the answer. Do you own a Super Game Boy? I don't even know what that is. A Super Game Boy? I know there was like a Game Boy Pocket, and then there was like a Japanese version of the Game Boy that was like a smaller. It was like in between the two. But I don't remember a Super Game Boy. You mean like one that plays like SNES that came out during that time? The nightmares are just trying to defend themselves. Yeah, absolutely they are. So part of, and I've talked about this in other streams, is what are these dreams? People have all sorts of different theories about what the dreams actually represent in this game. Are they Link's dreams? Are they something else? That's where you can play Game Boy games on TV. Oh, you mean like off of the Super Nintendo or something? You can plug them in. No, I neither have a Super Nintendo, nor do I have that thing. Yeah. Now, I do remember what you're talking about. No, but I do not have one of those. Okay, so now we have to go to the north section. Is it this way? I have the cartridge adapter. Yeah. That is a cool concept. It's kind of amazing how this generation doesn't really know like all of the there's a lot of cool stuff that exists right now, obviously, like, but there were plenty of other like handheld games that came out way earlier that were, you know, consoleizers. So what you're talking about is basically a consoleizer of this game, of the Super Nintendo or the Game Boy to the Super Nintendo. For Game Boy, that is, works on Game Boy Color. I'm assuming it would work with Game Boy Advance as well, or the other way around. Game Boy Advance plays everything else. Game Boy Color and Game Boy Original. So I have one of those. I have two of those actually. My wife had one, and I bought another one, and I changed them out to like the new screens, because if you remember how awful they were to play on, because there was no backlight, and we even had the little light that you attach. Oh, I found a shell. And even with that, it was terrible. So like you almost had to play outside in the sunlight to be able to see. But since then, that's one of the things I managed to do, is learn to like solder those in and fix stuff like that. So I put in my own screen. People are jerks nowadays. Yeah, well, not everyone. Just most. Okay, so I'm trying to figure out. I have the key, and it looks like it's over there. I gotta find my way over there. Can I just swim across? But in the meantime, let's see what this is. Did we already use that? I'm talking about SNES cartridge that you can put into SNES and put whatever Game Boy. Yeah, I'm aware. It's cool. It's a cool concept. That's what I was alluding to earlier. Is that there were a lot of cool ways to adapt things, and people think like, oh no, it wasn't until like the Nintendo Switch that you could like, you know, have a handheld, have it on your TV as a console, as a home console. Like, we had a lot of really cool technology, even if you include the awful Virtual Boy, which was like only existed for like a year, and then they brought it back. Like, the idea was cool, but like it made people sick. The red vision and all that stuff. I remember it being in malls and things. You could freaking put those on and just get sick with the red, what was supposed to be the 3D Virtual Boy idea. But like all that stuff existed, you know, early days, and people who are either too young to have experienced that or didn't know it was a thing think that everything that's coming out now is just like new and amazing. But like, there were a lot of, you know, the backwards compatibility of the Game Boy Advance for the entire library. I think if you had the first version of the DS, the original DS, it had Game Boy Advanced capability, which of course meant you had 4 different handheld devices you could play on that thing. So it's just amazing. I guess the Switch has done quite a good job of all of the online capabilities. I remember having a flashlight to play my Game Boy a little longer at night. Yeah, who didn't, right? I had the weird goopy bendy light for the Game Boy Color. I remember that thing. It was like a book light thing. I had one that was like, you attach it and then it flipped on, and it had, not only did it have that, it also had like a magnifying glass, like a square piece of glass, and it had a little light switch on it. Pokemon Pinball to death. I cut every Pokemon in the pinball game. Too bad it was lost in our move. It sucks when you lose things in moves, man. I was lucky that I kept stuff at my parents' house for years, and then I just like slowly brought it to my own house later. And that's what this is behind me. There's other things in front of me that you guys can't see, but I remember the Game Boy, you can trade Pokemon. I remember the old fat DS also playing Game Boy and Game Boy. Yeah, it was a DS Lite. All of that stuff. Alright, we gotta find our way. I just bought one of those a couple days ago, the twirly light. We gotta make our way to the face shrine. Is it one of these statues that you move over and it takes you that way? Yeah, this is cool. I don't know if it takes you that way, but... Okay. I've got the hook shot, so... Yeah, there we go. So... let's open up the key first. Alright, so this will be, for today's stream, this will be the last thing I do, but I'm gonna sit in silence for the theme, in case you haven't played this one before, but somehow only played the old one. What they did, well, we'll just go in here. This is, to me, this is so, so good. That to me is absolutely phenomenal. Like, they have added a layer of orchestration, like the strings and stuff underneath, and then they kept the original, like the 8-bit music, the old school music, with some reverb, but they have just put this underlayment of just beautiful orchestration underneath, and it gives it there's such a tonal change from, now that we saw from the other shrine that we were in just a minute ago, or not the shrine, what was that technically called, where we went in, where we were just at, and we saw the relief on the wall. Now we have sort of an idea as to what we know what the goal is, because every Zelda game has the goal of beating all the dungeons, getting the item, and usually saving the princess. But in this case, we don't really know. There's no Zelda, there's no Hyrule, there's no Master Sword, none of that. So you're only in this game to essentially wake yourself up from a nightmare that you think you're having, and you've washed ashore. But is it worth it in the end? From a character building perspective, is it worth it for Link to leave this place? We don't know. We don't know. And again, this is a sequel to Link to the Past, or it's the same Link from Link to the Past. And Hyrule, he's already seen Hyrule become a dark world. So then now we're in a nightmare. After we've done all of that, he is in a nightmare. And so someone did a video, I'd have to find it on YouTube, or if you guys know, someone did a really good video about how the themes in the first dungeons up to this point were essentially the cave theme. Anytime you walk into a cave, it's that same da-da-dum-dum, da-da-dum-dum-ba-dum, that sort of sound, and every dungeon was a version of that until we get here. And in this version, because the remake only had the 8-bit music, which is great, but this one with all the underlying, there's a certain weight that is attached to this theme. So I don't do it justice like the other YouTuber did, who did an excellent job with that video. Hats off to Rio and Namaguts. Yeah, the sound engineer for this game, amazing stuff. And understanding the role of the old music in this game. So he didn't just make everything new. He made everything in the game earlier to this point small and cutesy, so there's no like big orchestration until you walk into this dungeon, and then tonally Everything is different. That's how I understand it. That's how I see it. And this, to me, is one of the best dungeon themes, not just in this game, but in all of Zelda. I'm a big fan of the Forest Temple music in Ocarina of Time, and the music in general in Ocarina of Time. But as far as an individual dungeon, holy crap, does this one bear a lot of weight. So we are going to save here, and on Thursday, I hope you will join me back on Thursday at the same time. I started at 11:45 for those of you who are watching, who are new. Subscribe if you like this sort of content. The rest of you already are, and I very much appreciate that. I wanted to show you one thing because I was digging around in some of my stuff, and I found one more thing. So it is these combinations of these books that I had from earlier. So I had showed you guys these before. Ocarina of Time has its own version. This is like a manga style manga. I've shown you guys this before, but I have another one that I have not shown you. I've shown you this one. This is Majora's Mask and Link to the Past. So there's two different books. You get 2 for 1 in this one. So there's some Link to the Past there, and there's Majora's Mask earlier on in this. But then there is also, and this is the one I found more recently, there is a Four Swords. And again, this is, we were just talking about how this is the same Link, the same Toon Link from like Wind Waker. So you get this sort of, the first couple pages are you know, color versions, and then everything else is just regular black and white. But man, they're all different art styles, and I just appreciate that. This is called The Legend of Zelda Four Swords, and it says Legendary Edition. I guess all of these are Legendary Edition. But anyway, just wanted to show you that. I think there's a Twilight Princess one as well, and there's ones for Oracle of Ages and Seasons. So you've got a green one, you've got a sort of a purple color. I know it's hard to see with my lights, is all different, and this one is brown. But anyway, we will leave it at that, and I will see you guys on Thursday 11:45. Subscribe, and I will see you guys then. Peace.